So that shiny new game just came out, Digimon Storytime Stranger, and you want to know if it's worth your time, right? Well, let's take a look at the game first and first impressions. Keep in mind this is not a full review, this is a quick look at the game. I played the game for 4 hours, so I'll show some footage of the game while describing it and giving a few thoughts on it. First, I want to say that I've never experienced anything Digimon before, and this game was much wilder than I thought it would be. I found the game to be good overall, with an interesting story. The main character's name can be changed, and I just used my username for that, but the main character does not speak at all, and everyone else just calls him Agent. The main character, who I'll also call Agent, is an agent for a secret organization. This organization investigates Digimon activity, all while keeping themselves and Digimon secret from the public. This is all in Japan too, that's the game's main location. So Agent is sent out to investigate, and he comes across Digimon. Digimon are basically creatures with abilities, and they have a Pokemon style of look to them. Agents, like the main character, also have Digimon themselves. The ones that they have are not wild and hostile like the ones that you'll come across though. When you see a Digimon, all you need to do is walk up to it and a battle will begin. Once in battle, your equipped Digimon will fight against the enemy Digimon. You can have 3 active at one time with 3 in reserve. So if one dies, you can choose a reserve Digimon to take its place. When your Digimon dies in battle, it's still there, it doesn't disappear, you just can't use it for the rest of that battle. You can manually attack and choose which attacks to use, or you can take pills or food to increase your Digimon health mid-battle, or its SP. You use a Digimon's SP for its stronger attacks. Besides that, you can also use your attack turn to guard, which will use a shield to defend. Alternatively, if you don't want to manually attack, you can auto attack. You can also set the speed of auto attack to up to 5 times faster. I mainly use the 5 times auto attack, but every now and then I would manually attack if it was a tough battle and I needed to heal and whatnot. Digimon have different types of attacks, so there's neutral, shadow, water, electricity, fire, and so on. That means certain Digimon that you fight will be weaker to specific elements. The game has 5 difficulties: story, balanced, hard, mega, which is locked to begin with, and mega plus, which is also locked to begin with. I use the default balanced difficulty, and so far elements haven't really played too much of a part in my battles, but it still does play some part. What I generally do is just choose the top 3 attackers as my main 3 Digimon, regardless of their element, and it's been fine for me so far. Your character has a device that they can use, and when you pull it up, it has several menus in there. The Digimon tab specifically has Setup, Convert, Digivolution, and Load Enhancements. In Setup, you select your 3 main Digimon and 3 reserve Digimon. Also in this tab, you can customize the Digimon a little bit. You can add attachment skills that will give it different attacks, or equipment which will do things like give it more health, more attack, make it immune to poison, things like that. Attachments and enhancements for your Digimon can be obtained various ways: by winning battles, exploration, from buying it in a shop, doing a mission, or even crafting. One note on crafting though is that in the 4 hours that I have played, I've yet to find somewhere to even try crafting. I have the materials for it, just no opportunity yet. The Convert tab in the Digimon section is kinda interesting. After you battle with a Digimon, its percentage will go up. Once it reaches 100, you can then create that Digimon, or you can wait for it to max out at 200% and then it has better stats that way. I always waited for it to get to 200%. The Digimon percent of the ones that you already own will increase too, but only if they're equipped. The Digivolution tab is where your Digimon will be able to evolve into better Digimon. Everything will change: appearance, stats, and the name of it. Before using this though, you'll need to rank up that Digimon. Load Enhancement is where you can take one Digimon and use it to rank up another Digimon. The one used though will be gone for good. Outside of the main Digimon section, you have some messages that you can read, I think mainly from Operator, and then you can look over the mission and you can look at your items. Items is all the things that you pick up when exploring or buying. Sometimes you'll get certain consumables that you can use on your Digimon and they are permanent. You have to look in the items tab though, and then you can use it on a Digimon. An example of what it would give a Digimon is 250 health or 50 attack. Now that the important Digimon stuff is out of the way, let's talk about the game itself. It's not open world, it's pretty linear, and there's invisible walls everywhere. It's also split into section after section after section, and there's a loading screen between every section. There are lots of little items to pick up off the ground, but I wouldn't really call it exploring, as you can't really go to many areas and they're just kind of out in the open. I'd say the majority of the items that I picked up were crafting materials, and the most common one I found over and over was called brown texture. Like, come on, a pile of brown that you pick up off the ground? That's gotta be poop, right? Agent has a pretty interesting hobby right there. In all seriousness though, I still don't know what that is. It's probably like dirt or mud, maybe, or maybe poop. There are some places that you can buy items too. I bought a Pac-Man shirt and I started wearing that, and I bought some Digimon food and items to be used in combat. Okay, so the story, where do I even begin with this? The story is pretty fantastical and out there. So he investigates Digimon activity and then he fights them. That's like the main thing. At one point, there was a big Digimon battle and an explosion, and that sent him into the Digimon realm, and when he appeared back into reality, he was 8 years into the past. The interesting thing is that he can still communicate with the hologram on his device, and her name is Operator. She talks to your character all the time. How can you talk to someone 8 years into the past in real time? I have no idea, but it's pretty cool. I then began investigating Digimon activity in the past to try and prevent whatever would happen in the future, with Operator cross-referencing events from the future. Eventually, you'll come across a special Digimon that turns from monster Digimon into a more human-looking Digimon. That's an interesting storyline right there. Right before I got off the game, a giant dragon Digimon comes out of a portal and falls into human reality. That was the biggest battle I had yet, but it wasn't that hard overall. That's the gist of the game, and I didn't even mention the in-between theater, which is an area located between space-times. You can buy stuff there and even train your Digimon in other ways. There was also something about a dungeon there, but I needed DLC for that. I also went to another strange dimension that had weird alien-looking Digimon with big brains. That was weird. When I first started playing this game, I thought it was purely investigation and battling with Digimon creatures that look kind of like Pokemon. I did not at all expect other realms, and that really does make the game more interesting to me. The game does seem a bit more for the younger audience, but I still thought it was fine for me overall. What I like most about this game is for sure the story. Graphically, the game doesn't look anything special. It's alright in that department. The performance was flawless though. I had no issues to speak of. I came away pleasantly surprised with this game. It's better than I thought it would be, and I think it's a pretty good game, though that's my personal opinion. Whether or not this is your type of game, I'll see you on the next one.
If you want to see what happens, you'd better like this video, smash that subscribe button, and turn on notifications.